right there. Okay, hang on. Okay, oh yeah. That's so cool.
Hey guys, how we doing? Thanks for tuning in for another video on the Ricoh GR III. As you can see from the intro clip there, today's video a little different than what I'm used to putting out. Certainly not a street video. Today we are at a place called Cataract Falls in Indiana. I have a lovely assistant slash model slash tour guide, Eileen, helping us out, so it's going to be a fun video. We have 4 objectives in today's video. The first objective will be to use the internal ND filter, the neutral density filter. It's a 2-stop filter, and if you use it properly, you can make a waterfall instead of a hard looking waterfall. You can make it kind of a nice silky smooth look. You can just get that accomplished with the 2-stop ND filter in the camera, even on a sunny day, as you'll see in this video. If you have a cloudy day, you can get some great results with it. The second objective is to use the in-camera crop feature. It's not a zoom, it is a crop, so you lose your pixels. It's the same as enlarging in Lightroom, but if you're going straight from JPEG to social media, something like that, and you don't have the opportunity to edit in Lightroom or any other editing software, this works great. And it's a crop feature. You can go from 28, which is the fixed lens, to 35mm, all the way up to 50mm. Again, at 35mm, you're only at 15 megapixels. At 50mm, you're at 7 megapixels. But honestly, between at 28, the fixed lens, you are at 24 megapixels. So you drop from 24 to 15, going from the 28mm to the 35mm equivalent. Are you really going to notice the difference, especially if you're on social media? Unless you're blowing these things up to 24 by 36 print, you're not going to notice the difference going. Technically, you're probably not going to notice the difference even going to the 50mm with the 7 megapixels. There's still a lot of DSLRs out there that are using 12 megapixels, so you should be just fine using that. And I'll show you how to do it when we get to that segment. The other thing that I'm doing that's kind of new for me with the Ricoh GR III, I always shoot in RAW and I always edit in Lightroom. Well, on this one, I'm still shooting in RAW. I will always shoot in RAW and use Lightroom, but I'm also using the JPEG feature. I'm using the extra small JPEG because I don't need a large JPEG, the 6000 by 4000. The extra small is fine. It's 1920 by 1080 or something like that. Similar, well, not exactly that, but it's big enough that if you want to use it for social media, you're fine just to use the small JPEG. I'm using positive film as the filter in camera. So what I'm going to do on this video, every picture we take, every shot we take, for the most part, I'm going to show the in-camera JPEG first. It'll be marked in-camera JPEG and it's positive film, and then it will go to the edited in Lightroom shot. So you'll see 2 photos for every photo I take, just to give you an idea. Some of them straight out of the camera are a little dark. I had to adjust with the flash and all that. I did not have an opportunity to really spend a lot of time on every shot. It was kind of just bang, 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 let's keep moving along. Poor Eileen was very gracious and helped me out. It was amazing. She was amazing in this video. I really do appreciate all her help and putting up with me. And then the other thing we're going to look at, one of the main reasons for this video, is the Lightpix Labs Q2 detachable flash. This is a really cool flash. It's a manual flash, but it works great with the Ricoh GR III. It comes in 2 pieces. You get the transmitter here that you just put in your hot shoe. You turn it on by pressing in the front here, and then it will, well, if your flash is on, it will sync up with your flash. Let me do that again. Let me push that, and you push it and it'll start flashing green and red, and that means it is syncing up. There we go, green, red, and blue actually. And so when you have it hooked up like this, it is synced, and see, like that. I'll just make sure, let's take a, well, I'll go ahead and turn this down a little bit, and we'll just take a shot of our camera over here. And again, you can hold it way over here, but I do want you to see it's flashing, so boom, there we go. So let's get into the video, guys. There are going to be 3 segments in this video, and I'm going to come back after each segment and explain what's going on in the next segment. The first segment here, unfortunately, won't feature Eileen yet, but promise you, she will be in a majority of this video. But this first quick segment here is just showing you how I use the ND filter. So we'll have 4 or 5 shots here on how to use this ND filter, and then we'll get into some more things in the video. So check this out, and we'll be right back. So this is Eileen. Eileen, this is the YouTube folks. There we go. Eileen has graciously joined us today for some photography.
Yep, I'm
so she's our tour guide today.
Yep.
And we're touring the falls of, what are these falls?
The Cataract Falls.
Cataract Falls.
We're wet.
That's pretty awesome. Not really the outdoorsman, that's for sure. I did. Can you hold my hand? Oh, wow.
You got that right?
Awesome. It's awesome. That's so cool. You're fine. Okay. Look how it's silky, it makes it silky like that. Wow, that's cool. That is so cool. Right. Okay guys, now we move on to segment 2. This is where it really gets fun. Now we add Eileen into the mix. We add our model into the mix. And once again, using the Lightpix Labs Q2 flash. This is in the description below, so you can click it. I think the only place you can actually get this flash is directly from the manufacturer. So I have that link in there. It takes a couple weeks to get this in the mail because they do send it from Hong Kong, but they send it, so you pay for it and they send it. It's pricey, but it's really cool. It's a really convenient feature to be able to have. Again, it's a really cool flash to have. It's got some great features on it. It is all manual, so you have to know how to use the flash, but it's not that difficult to figure out. And again, guys, this is by no means a tutorial on how to use a flash or flash photography. There's a lot of great tutorials out there on that. This is just simply me out having some fun using this for the first time. So I'm no expert on this. I'm just showing you it can be used, how it can be used. Again, the flash, the photos you see, if I'd have spent more time on them, I would have got them perfect in camera. Some of these came out really well, the JPEG straight from the camera, but I would have spent more time on it, would have been able to do that. I compensate by editing in Lightroom, as a lot of you do. So in the JPEGs, you'll see it's like, wow, that lighting doesn't really work well. And then in the edited version, it's like, okay, well, it evened out or whatever. And that's sometimes what you got to do. But if you do spend the time to, which I will as I get more familiar with the how it works with the camera and all that, then you'll be able to get some great in-camera shots. So let's get on with this segment. After this one, we'll be back and then we'll look at the cropping factor. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, anything like that is cool. Awesome. Hang on. What?
I was all right there.
Okay, I had to get my setting. Now I've got my settings right, so there we go. Okay, now we should be able to get some good. Okay, here we go. Now we're ready. Right there. Okay, hang on. Okay. Oh yeah. That's so cool. It's hard to do it without being able to talk and everything. Okay, so this is set up to where I've got it there, almost to full power. You gotta wait for the light to charge. These are awesome. Such an awesome photographer, it's amazing. Yes. Look at these. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Excellent, excellent. What do we got on this side? That's just cool. Okay. Right here. Okay, we can go somewhere else now. How'd we get in here? Oh, we gotta go over those. Do they have like rattlesnakes down here? Copperheads and whatnot?
More like
Probably right down there.
water moccasins.
Water moccasins? Do they bite?
I'm kidding. I mean, I think we do have water moccasins, but they're very poisonous.
Well, let's just stay away from them then.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Let's do some shots here of you
yeah.
on the rocks there.
Okay.
Okay guys, that was a fun little segment, but we've got more coming yet. This one, the crop factor, the in-camera crop factor. And it's a pretty basic, simple premise and easy to understand, easy to do. This works great for in-camera cropping. If you're going to be editing in Lightroom, Photoshop, something like that, you really don't need this feature, but it is neat to have, especially, as I said, if you're going straight to JPEG. And you'll see some of these JPEGs that come out of here straight out of the camera are looking pretty good. And again, if I spent a little more time with each one, I could have nailed them, but most of them were, once I just got the lighting even close to right, it was like, okay, boom, let's move on. So again, poor Eileen, she put up with all that all day. But again, what we're doing here with the crop, in camera, your fixed lens is 28 millimeters. You can go to 35. A lot of people on Facebook talk about they're used to 35 millimeter and it's strange for them to shoot at 28. You can go 35 in the camera. What do you lose? Well, you lose pixels. Does that matter? Absolutely not, if you ask me. Your opinion may differ. You go from 24 megapixels down to 15 megapixels when you go to the 35 millimeter crop. Are you going to notice that? Not unless you're blowing up some big, huge prints, you know, 24 by 36. And are you really doing that? You can. It's got some great, I mean, this camera will easily blow up those prints. But that's when you would only notice it, is if you're making large prints. Again, if you're going straight JPEG out of the camera onto social media, nobody's going to really pay attention or notice. So that is not even a factor to me. It's a very easy way to do it. I'll show you here on the screen how I've got this set up. You have to go into your settings, go into your custom settings, go into your function button settings, as you'll see here on the screen. And then I've got it set up, hopefully that's in focus, this button here. Over here is your ISO button. I use that. Up here is your macro button. They don't let you change that. Down here is your white balance button. They don't let you change that. Over here, this is the one we're talking about, your right arrow on the dial here. You can make that go to your crop factor, and you probably can't see it in here, but of course on the video you see it. All I do is touch it once, it goes to 35. You touch it again, it goes to 50. You touch it again, it goes back to 28. Not sure what you're seeing here. Let me see if that's even, okay, it's working. I had to make sure I had it set up right. So I'm not sure what you're seeing there, but again, here's at 28, here's at 35, and here's at 50. Okay, so, and then back to 28. It's that simple just to do that. So you'll see in the video, as you're maybe taking portraits or something like that, again, you could be out with the family, with the kids, with the dog, the cat, whatever it is, and you just, you know, you're right there, and you don't want to have to get right up in the cat's face or the dog's face to, you know, take that picture. So you just, you know, you just hit your crop, and that's, it works out well. So let's take a look at that here in the video.
Okay, so on this one, now that we can hear my settings, for the folks playing along at home, I have my tracking autofocus on to track her. I've got face detection definitely on with the, whoops, face detection is on. The auto assist light is on. Snap focus, irrelevant here. We're not doing any snap focus. Our exposure mode still meter. Our AE metering is spot metering. That to me would be the best thing to use while you're doing some modeling. My ISO, I can go back down to 100 now that we're out from underneath the falls. My flash is set to flash on and red eye, so hopefully we get no red eye. And my ND filter, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on auto. And I believe we're good to go. Okay, again, just as a reminder, we're shooting RAW plus JPEG, and the JPEG is the positive film. And we're going to experiment here with the cropping that I've got set here. I changed the drive mode to crop so that it goes from 28 to 35 to 50 and then back to 28. So that'll be great for modeling purposes. So I don't have to zoom in, but I don't have to do everything at 28. So, alrighty, look at that. She's already ready to go.
With purple hair, and I was like, is that our friend?
Purple hair.
Yeah.
We've got to know them if they have purple hair. Okay, test shot. Did that go off?
I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't sync it. Okay, we should be syncing. Okay, here we go. You ready? Oh, look at that. That's just awesome. Might as well go home. We can't get any better than that. So let me get focused on her so we track her face. If you can see that, it's tracking her face there. And I've got the flash held out here. Just hold it up there, bam. And that looks just extremely awesome. Here, let me lower the, let me get some mist behind you there. So that was at 100 and I believe 125th to 160th. So what I want to do here is take my ISO back down to 100. Oh, it is at 100. But I want to take my shutter all the way up to, or my aperture all the way up to 16. And that would then bring my shutter down to about 1/13 of a second. My flash right now, I've got it on 1/8. This is a manual flash. You go from 1/64 all the way up to 1, or full. So I've got it on 1/8. And let's see how that does. Perfect. Okay, so trying to conserve as much power as I can, so I'm turning this off again. Let's go over here and let's like non-waterfall shots. Actually, maybe I mean, you can probably sit right here. Actually, sit right here and face me.
Like a this?
Oh, there you go. That could be pretty awesome. You almost had a Joey Ramone look going with those glasses. That's awesome.
Do you want me to take them off? They got a lot of scratches.
Hang on. Okay. There we go. That's cool. Now you can take them off. Okay. Sure they can see you. It's all about you. Okay, here we go. Okay. This flash, by the way, for everybody, works awesome. You should go out and buy one. The link's in the description below. It does help out the channel if you purchase from the links below. There's also the Ricoh GR III listed below, their GR2, all kinds of neat stuff. These just look awesome. It's like you can't take a bad picture with this camera and this flash setup. So let me try up here. Okay, cool. Stay there. That doesn't look all right. Let's do that again. Cool. Okay. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Yeah, I've been lucky not that it hasn't gone crashing down yet. Whoa, like that. There you go, hon.
Did you catch that?
You got it. Okay, awesome. Hey, how about sitting right there?
Yeah.
So we can get the falls behind you.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll use the flash for this also. Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
Totally.
No, you're fine.
Which way you headed? That way?
Yep, to the water.
Awesome.
Crappie?
Big one.
Big one. All right. Good luck.
Don't mess around with those little ones. Go big or go home. Kind of sit here, like pull your knees up to your chest type of thing.
Okay.
So we can get the falls back there. Okay, so here we go. Excellent. The main point of this part of the video is to show how this flash works,
Right. Yeah.
as well as cropping, which we're going to do here. So here's a 28. Now we're going to go to a 35. And now we're at 35. Okay, and now we are going to 50. I'll tell you the settings here in just a second. Let's see if I can. Okay, oops. Okay. And so the settings are, I'm at 200th of a second, 2.8, ISO 100. Okay, cool. Okay, like this could actually be a cool shot here with me sitting. So I'm gonna take a shot at 28, then we're gonna go to 35 and then 50. Whoops, wasn't ready for that one, hang on. Okay, you ready? I don't know why I've got this on a tripod, but okay. Now stay there. We go to 35, which we just zoomed in. All right, and let's zoom into 50. I gotta adjust the camera though. Ready? And boom! Just an awesome model. Can't take a bad photo. Okay, now let's, how about come up here and sit up here? That would work like that. There we go. Okay, I'm still on 50. I'll just leave it at 50. But we need to come down. No reason to be at 5.6. We're at 2.8. So we get some bokeh, photography term.
Okay.
Bokeh, that's like, that means out of focus behind you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. You ready? Good flash. Did it flash? Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, there's 50. Let's go back to 35. This is a 35 millimeter. And we'll go back to 28. Let's go this way. Here you go. Okay, okay, cool. All right.
Okay guys, so that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making it. It took me forever to edit this thing. Again, I'm not a videographer. I try to be a photographer. Thank you so much to Eileen for putting up with me and going out and taking me around. She's an awesome tour guide and did a fantastic job. So thank you so much, Eileen. Thanks you guys for watching. If you like the video, as you know, please hit hit that like button. Please comment. You guys know, everybody that comments, I will reply back to you. I don't look at it as just replying back to you. I look at it as having a conversation, and I really enjoy that. So keep those comments coming. The next video, for those of you that stuck this out, that means you're interested in the functions of this. My next video is going to be one I've been looking forward to making for quite a while. I have finally figured out how to get the menu into my computer and record it in a nice clear fashion so that I can go through every menu item in this camera with you, and that'll be coming up on the next video that'll be out within the week. That'll be my next video, and I'm hoping that will be kind of a, I can't say definitive menu video, because there's a lot more people out there that really know what they're doing. Samuel's Street Life is great if you have not had an opportunity to check his channel out. So I'm going to try to make a definitive video on this, and we'll see what we come up with. Also, by the way, make sure and please tune in to the Stealth Photographer podcast. You can find that on Apple iTunes, iHeartRadio, you know, wherever, all the platforms, or just go to my website, jasondozier.com or doziergraphic.com. This week's guest, James Red. That's James Red, like the color with 2 D's, jamesred.net. You can find him also on YouTube. This guy was pretty influential to me. I sat all winter and watched his videos along with the Reds channel. That's him and his wife, Christina. They do a fantastic job. I love their videos. Matter of fact, over the winter, during COVID, I just sat back and binged on one of their channels, and it was really cool to watch them kind of progress and grow. A couple young people doing a fantastic job out there with video and photography. So James is going to be a guest on my podcast this week by phone. He's out in Utah. Great photographer, so we're going to have a good conversation. I hope you'll check that out. Again, I appreciate it, guys. Like it, thumbs up, all that good stuff, and let me know what you think. Go ahead and butcher me if you want. I don't care. Good comments, bad comments, whatever comments you'd like to leave, let me know where I'm at and how this video may have affected you or helped you, or maybe you learned something you didn't know before. Maybe I did something wrong. Feel free to put that in the comment section below. All right, guys, I appreciate it. You can purchase all this equipment from the links below. That does help the channel. I've just worked out a deal with Adorama as well, so I'm in the talks with them to get their links going. So again, that all helps the channel, helps helps me make all this happen. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.